Well, so many people sadly caught up in the meltdown in Florida's online unemployment system are discovering a long-running problem in state government. It takes different forms, but it typically starts with a fortune in tax dollars and not giving answers.
What is it going to be spent on? Well, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I'm a fireball.
For example, the state's marketing arm Visit Florida paid Pitbull to hype Florida in his tweets for years. At the same time, he was promoting our tourism competitor, Las Vegas, over and over and over again. House Republican leader said Visit Florida wasted our tax dollars for years through the Rick Scott administration by paying celebrities and by sponsoring soccer jerseys and a slew of promotional deals. We can't even see how much of our money they were spending for years because they wouldn't tell us. And they wouldn't even tell Republican House leaders. And so those Republican House leaders said that Visit Florida lacked transparency and was wasting our money and tried to shut it down. So Visit Florida paid its CEO $73,000 just to leave, and Rick Scott picked a guy named Ken Lawson to take over. But House Republican leaders said it was still a waste and still tried to shut it down under Lawson's watch. So when Ron DeSantis took over as governor, he gave Ken Lawson a new job of running the state's unemployment system. In DeSantis and Lawson's first year on the job, state auditors flagged 600 problems with the state's unemployment site. But before the pandemic, DeSantis said Lawson told him everything was great.
Actually, I remember Lawson coming and telling me they had too many people.
And then in March, after coronavirus struck and Florida was swamped in unemployment claims and viewers were flooding us with calls and emails saying the system was broken.
The website has been crashing every minute.
Yeah, that same time frame, when so many of you were telling us the system was dysfunctional, DeSantis now says Lawson told him everything was great.
Yeah, I was also told 2 weeks ago that the online was the way to go, and obviously it wasn't ready.
And then as the backlog swelled, we couldn't even see how big the backlog was or to what extent the state was chipping it down because they wouldn't tell us. And believe it or not, the governor says they wouldn't tell him either.
Every morning I should know how many claims have been paid. Right now I can't, it's hard for me to even get those numbers, and that's unacceptable.
And it seems to fit a bit of a pattern.
I'll accept the blame, and I own this.
Well, he doesn't own it anymore. DeSantis took Lawson off the job. Actually, he still has his taxpayer-funded job, but DeSantis just told him to stay away from the unemployment site and anything to do with coronavirus while they try to fix it.
But certainly this is not a time to get bogged down in bureaucracy and get bogged down in red tape.
For example, the state advises people to try to log on late at night to avoid heavy traffic, only to find the state takes the whole thing down overnight for maintenance. And it's a guessing game as to when it goes back online the next day. And for many, when they enter claimant ID and PIN, it takes them right back to the beginning. Then make it through what you think is the end and press submit, connection lost.
We're constantly making software upgrades.
And if you're constantly making software upgrades, you can see why you keep seeing this when you try to log in. And if you try to call, viewers are showing us screen grabs of how they spend hours on hold. In this case, nearly 4 hours on hold, only to be told there's an upgrade, so the system is down, so they can't help and hang up. As for those of you who are being told you're ineligible when you know you're not, well, that's the state's fault, not yours. The program wrongly assumes part-time workers, for example, are ineligible and wrongly rejects them as such. The state says it's working on a fix, a new website designed for part-time workers who lost jobs, which will be different from the other new website they just launched.
I think it's more of a technical, there's more technical issues that need to be worked through.
Along with some other long-running issues in state government that are now burning hundreds of thousands of people when they need help the most.